Am I wrong for being mad that my husband thinks I tricked him with the child's birth certificate? I want to provide some background to explain where I am coming from and why this situation is so hurtful to me. My husband and I come from similar backgrounds. Our families were paycheck to paycheck and not many went to college. We both have degrees and make significantly more than the rest of our respective families. When we got married, I was already a homeowner of a small house and had a car. My husband, however, had a lot of debt, and his credit wasn't his fault. He had significant student loans and frequently had to help his family members with money. He also has ADHD and has mishandled some bills. I understood his situation, but I was also anxious to help him get debt-free so we could have kids without such burdens. He was making $80,000 and I was making $100,000. He moved in with me, and we split expenses 50-50, except he didn't have to pay any rent. I fully covered the mortgage and home insurance since he's not on the deed, and I also paid extra into his debt so he could pay it off early. His car loan is in my name, and I also cover half of that. I work in IT technical support, and I got the opportunity to take a job that required 50% travel but paid a lot more. We decided I'd do this job for a few years to significantly shore up our savings and pay off a good portion of the debt. I did this job for a little over 2 years till I got pregnant and then took a lower paying job, $120,000 now, that doesn't require travel. The travel job paid more, but it was so hard for me. I was traveling to the back ends of small towns where the big warehouses and data centers are located. The job is physically demanding, as it involves pulling cables, moving equipment, and working in very cold conditions. I was miserable in this job and ended up with some back problems, but it was a sacrifice for our family. When I was 8 months pregnant, my husband asked for a paternity test. It came out of nowhere, and I asked him if he didn't trust me. He said he did, but because I had traveled so much, he just needed some assurance of peace of mind. He said his family and friends have asked him how he could be so sure of this pregnancy when I have been out of home for so many nights. It really broke my heart that I did so much for this and didn't try to protect my assets or my money. And he treats me like this. I got very hormonal and cried about it, so he stopped pressuring me then. Now, our son is 3 months old, and he's back at it. He's put his foot down that I need to have the paternity test done, and he won't sign the birth certificate otherwise. I told him his name was already on the BC because we are married, and I did the paperwork before they discharged us at the hospital. I didn't realize that would be the case, and he was furious at me, thinking that I tricked him. So here I am, stuck married to a man who doesn't love me or trust me but is an idiot. His family is calling me and pressuring me to let him do the test. My family is offended on my behalf, but some mutual friends are saying a test is not a big deal. But it is such a slap in the face after all I have done for him. Am I wrong about how I am feeling?